Very, very. That's
You're in the belly of Royal Enfield. Wow. Take a second and look at how cool they look. Holy smokes. All right.
Good morning. Are we in? Are we live?
We're in. We're live.
We're in. We're live. So we've been talking for a while. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Coffee with Classy. Special occasion today because I got my stepbrother's cut. That always makes it a fun day because there's lots of laughs to have there. So, especially if you do. Tell me what you think of Will Ferrell. That's always my funny thing because people either think he's hilarious or they hate him. And I've always kind of, obviously, you know where I stand. I think he's really funny.
I don't trust anyone that hates Will Ferrell.
Yeah. But it's funny. There's a lot of people. So, anyway, welcome back. I'm back. I want to say thank you for all the get wells on the surgeries. That was a little funny. Obviously, I didn't have merman surgery. You know, I kind of backed out at the last minute. I thought, how am I going to straddle a motorcycle? So I chickened out and didn't get the merman surgery while I was down in Dominican. So, but thank you for all the well wishers. That was really funny. I actually did have some people. It was obviously a joke, but it was pretty funny because there was a lot of people sending me messages saying, "Oh, hope you get well in your surgery." And I'm like, I don't think they really listened to what I was getting done. So, but that was a lot of fun. So, anyway, today, guys, what we're going to talk about, obviously, we're going to talk about the polar plunge. We'll touch back on the suspension. Actually, there's a gentleman here right now buying 2 sets of suspension because of the great job Zach and Haley did on that while I was gone. We're also going to mention the calendar today. What else? Oh, obviously, we're going to talk about Royal Enfields. I've lined them all up here. Reason for the talking about the Royal Enfields is next weekend, me and Haley, we're not going to be here. We're going to be at bike shows. We're going to be at different bike shows.
I'm not going to be here.
No, I know you're not going to be here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sorry.
We're not going to be here.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I will be on Coffee with Classy at the Toronto Motorcycle Show. Haley's going to be at another motorcycle show. She's going to a motorcycle show in the motorcycle motherland in Milwaukee called Mama Tried. So, basically celebrating her chopper ability and building and things like that. So, congratulations, Haley, on that.
Thank you.
You worked really hard to get there, and I can't wait to see the videos of you in the mini bike races.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm not backing out.
Awesome. Get back down now. So, but yeah, so that's awesome. So yeah, let's go back to polar plunge here. Actually, I was going to pull something up because the donations are rolling in, and I always like to mention the first people in because it's always a great event. Looks like this year I got a message from Mr. Palmer. He's, I believe, I don't know if he's down south now or on his way, but he sent me a message. Basically, we've got a good crowd of jumpers this year, so I want to mention, well, we're going to mention the HD Rockers and the Surmontiers. We've got from HD Rock and Surmonties, we have Robert and Matthew and Brittany Parkinson. They're all representing HD Rock. Kim B, we're going to call her Kim B because I always screw up their last name, Busetti. See if I got it right. Let me know in the comments. And also her friend, Brittany else is bringing her friend. So, and then we've got me, we've got Zach, probably Kenny, probably Trevor. I'm sure we're going to have, and Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea, my daughter, and Zach's sister are going to go do it as well. And also we have some people from the Classy Chassis Ride and Dine people doing it as well. We have Jeff and Rick. So it should be good. So right now, guys, the those were words. The donations are sitting at $1,200. Now there was a very generous donation from an HD Rocker. And I don't think they've done it yet, but they're going to match to a certain number. So we're already at $1,200. So this is absolutely awesome. Normally this far in, we're just starting, but right now we've got some people. I just want to sort of throw some names out there. I want to say thank you to first. Well, I should use all first last names. So we've got Marlene Adenye, Richard Glab, Sherry Blanton, Rob Connors, Jeff Hart. Jeff's actually jumping. So is Rick. Rosie Degnotter. I don't know how to say that. Marilyn Denier again. That's awesome. Cool. Reg Phillips, Patricia Cheeseman, Dave Parkins, Kristen Talsman, Mary Campbell, Ray Middleton. Actually, Ray was in this week. Good to see you, Ray. Tim Mark and Rick Nesgard. So, you know what? It's really easy. Mike's going to put that link up right now. we've got the event up on Facebook. We'll share the event. We got the link on our profile picture on our Facebook page. We've got the link on the event there. The link will be in this video as well. Last year, you know what's funny is you look at what this came from was just 3 yahoos jumping in the water. And so just the polar plunge alone, we've raised in 2 years, this is going to be our 3rd year going, but over the 2 years, we've raised at least $16,000, $17,000. So really awesome work just for motorcyclists being bored in the winter and not buying a snowmobile and just jumping in the lake instead. Also want to give a shout out to the Rotary Club. They had their polar plunge last weekend for the first time in 3 years since COVID. So, and they had a great turnout. It was a wonderful day. I wasn't down in Dominican, so I didn't get to go. But awesome work on their part as well. They raised $44,000 for the Rotary Club and charities of people's choices there. So that's congratulations to them as well. So, so this is polar plunge thing. This year, also, we have a waiver for everybody to sign. It's getting a little bigger than we thought, so it's kind of fun to do, and we're looking forward to it. So, any questions or comments at this point, Haley? Is there anything
other than Trish Terryberry?
Yeah, hi Trish.
Being in Mexico.
Oh, nice.
And
I saw you.
flexing all over the chat.
Atta girl. Keep it going. I did that to Haley's chat last night. It was fun. I was like, hey, look at that. Haley's got a live t-shirt giveaway. I'm gonna get in there and see if I can get her to make one for me.
Oh, I can.
Oh, I know you can. Oh, and you're gonna. Also, while we're on the fundraising for Sick Kids, we still have some calendars left, guys. Again, we know these are going to be gone just because, you know, it's February and not too many people pull in here without motorcycles. Every once in a while you get people to visit. But yeah, $10. And again, this isn't $10 less our cost. This is $10 donation to Sick Kids gets you a calendar. We paid for the calendars. The calendars are bought and paid for by Classy Chassis and Cycles, and the $10 donation goes directly to Sick Kids Children's Charity. So, and the other thing I was thinking, hey, you know what, Polar Plunge, it's kind of going to be limited for space down at the water, so why don't we do an after party here? So, you know, everybody, we'll put it on the big TV here where the Royal Enfields are on display behind me, and we'll do a little after party. So, come on in, and I'm sure there'll be be lots of people. So, and then you can see firsthand what it was like. So, and again, like I said, I'm going to send an email out again this week about, you know, well, again, just to get in touch with us and things like that. Just to remind everybody about the suspension, the cams, new motors if you want, performance, don't settle for stock. That's going to be our motto for this year. And also, what is starting today, because so this one's going to be kind of for our Royal Enfield folks. If you were to tell me that I was going to sell as many Royal Enfields as I do Harley Davidsons, if you were to tell me that even 2 years ago, I wouldn't believe you. But these bikes are really fun first. And that's another thing. I don't know if anybody saw any pictures of me down in the Dominican. Charlene and I were riding around. Now, I'm not a little boy. And Charlene was on the back, and we were riding around on a 200cc motorcycle. And I got to tell you, it renewed my love of riding for sure. It was just giddy the whole time. It was different because it was a 200cc Galaxy. And it was some Chinese motorcycle, and it was called Racing Power. There was also ones, they also had ones, the same company, they made them called Sukatis. So not a Ducati, a Sukati. But this thing here, it had the weirdest shifting pattern. So we all know 1 down, 4 up, 1 down, 5 up for a 6-speed or a 5-speed. This was a 5-speed, 200cc, and it was 5 down. That's it, just 5 down. Takes you a little while to figure that one out as you're going. But what it basically did for me is I thought, you know what? These are awesome motorcycles, especially for around here. So I'm going to take a quick little minute and just go over. These are these are sort of what we have in stock. This bike you're going to see at the Toronto Motorcycle Show at the Enercare Center. This is going to be in the Adventure motorcycle. So this is we're going to have these in the Royal Enfield display too. You can go see Bob. Unfortunately, I'll be in the Zero display. But these ones are 411cc. Show this dash, Haley. Oh, right, the battery's dead. So not allowed to have hooked up batteries or gas in them for the bike show. Hey, when you want to talk about a motorcycle, these things are like $9,000, taxes in, out the door. And if you look at the gauges and everything, comes with a compass, also comes with a tripper navigation system. So this is a turn-by-turn navigation system. The nice thing about Royal Enfield is they load these middleweight CCs, they call it, 'cause they're not small CCs. This is a 411 single CC. I have a good friend of mine, Marcus, who plays in my band and rides one of these. He takes these on adventure camping trips every year and comes back. You know, he sent me a picture this year. He was up to here in water on it. His feet were up around the bars. But again, this one here with the panniers and everything on it, it'll be a little more. But again, like, look at how you can equip this motorcycle. And again, as equipped, you're still half the price of a Sportster. Like, do you sort of notice that Harleys have kind of got a little expensive over the last couple of years? You know, especially now that they're not doing the XL 1200 or the XL 883. They've gone to the V-Rod Sportster. So like those things are starting at like $18,000, $19,000. So and again, they're all plugged into a machine motorcycles. Where this thing here, motorcycles. One thing about Royal Enfields, they're still pure motorcycling, right? Like these guys here now. Again, they recommend that you bring it into a dealer and we do the work for you. But all of the like it's just simple, right? That you don't need a computer, you don't need a diagnostic tool to work on these things. Everything you can get on YouTube videos. So you can be a YouTube certified mechanic, right, and actually service your motorcycle quite well. Now, just remember, valves are a thing you need to check. So it's not just changing oil. There are some things you need to do that are a little outside of just changing oil and checking a tire pressure. But these ones here are just a great bike to. You know, because how many people say, hey, I wish I had a bike just to run. You know, you've got your nice big Harley, you've got your CVO, or you've got your Road Glide Special, or your Road Glide Custom, or your Road Glide, whatever name they want to add to the end of them this time. And you don't want to take it down the back roads, but you want to get back to your dirt bike and roots. This might not be a bad idea. These two are my favorite, though. The 650 Twin. And if there's two of them, Marcus, it's twins. He was giving me trouble about that, teacher, giving me trouble about grammar. But it's the 650 Twin. This is the 650 INT. Again, it's got a gas gauge. Like this bike here, this is the most expensive Royal Enfield you can buy. Right? This is the most expensive one you can buy. Taxes in, out the door, you're under 12 grand. Right? These things here are a 6-speed transmission. Right? It's got the slipper clutch. Alloy wheels, right? ABS. The list of features go on and on. And the slipper clutch, so really nice smooth shifting for that as well. Plus braided lines. Like I said, the amount of features on this and this chrome finish on this one is unbelievable. So it's like, hey, can I see myself in it?
Mm-hmm. It's like
I can see I still got the tag on the bottom of my hat.
It's a little wobbly.
But that's what the
fun house.
Cool kids do. So. This one here they call more of your roadster style, so this is sort of a straight up and down. And again, like I said, this one starts at $98.98 plus freight, PDI, da-da-da-da-da. But under 12 grand, out the door.
This is the one I always want to be on.
Absolutely.
Yep, and the Meteor's pretty cool.
Pretty cool too.
Yep, but I love this
Over
one.
and look at, now this is its sister bike. This is the other 650 Twin. This is the GT. So this one here, this one they call a ton of fun because it's a 100-mile-an-hour bike. Right out of the box. Okay, so a little more tucked in. It's the exact same power plant, same frame, all that fun stuff, except for this one here. It's just a little different seating design. Plus, it's also got clip-on bars. Oh, there's Ronnie and Billy. How are you guys doing?
Maybe we shouldn't let anyone know
Hi.
he's here.
We're on live. That door's open over there. Ronnie and Billy must be here for parts or something. Mm-hmm. So anyway, again, look at this. It's got the piggyback on the suspension. Like if you look at this, this is suspension that's made by Öhlins. And again, we can always upgrade that into a Legend suspension if you really want to. I'm sure we could put that.
Yep,
on
there's
there
cams available for these, exhaust availables, S&S upgrades. S&S partnered
yeah.
with Royal Enfield too to make some really crazy stuff.
And again, yeah, you can turn this. There's a big bore kit for it. You can go right up to a 800cc.
Worth it. Yeah.
And again, like the nice thing is this is what Harley Davidson used to be. This is the motorcycle that you'd be a working class guy. You could go buy a motorcycle and then you could fine tune it however you want. Now again, they're smaller CC bikes, but again, 50 over is a lose your license ticket, and these things do 50 over. So you can lose your motor. They can still go fast enough to lose your license on this motorcycle.
I like that one.
Okay?
You can feel all the gears. That's what I say.
That's right. That's right. And then this here is their 350. This is the Meteor. Now, the classic 350 came out this year. The reason I didn't bring one out, because I don't have one down here. But this one gives you the idea. This is sort of that legendary single-cylinder Royal Enfield 350 thump. So that's sort of their sound. That's sort of their nature. That's what people love about these things. This is what made them the #1 selling motorcycle in the world the last 2 years. That Interceptor 650 is the #1 selling bike in the UK. And when I say #1 selling bike in the UK, I mean by a lot, right? So they came out with, this is actually kind of funny, the Hunter 350. That's basically a different version of this. But essentially that one started outselling all the Honda 350s immediately when it came out. So, but again, you look at this, it's this motorcycle here, again, $8,000 out the door. And you're going to get the Tripper GPS system, you get your ABS brakes on this as well. Like, if you want to get into motorcycles, this is the best way to do it, if you ask me. Because again, smaller CC, in-town bike, you can't beat this. It's peppy as hell, right? Like, it accelerates. Like, it doesn't give you the torque of a 110, but at the same time, it gets you going. Like, these things are like little road warriors, little street warriors for sure. So, and the nicest thing about all of these bikes, they come with 3-year warranty and roadside assistance. So first, it's got the best price point in the business, it's got the best warranty in the business, and also they're cool as all get out. So
have you heard anything about a Meteor 650 coming out?
Oh yes, absolutely. And the biggest, I want to mention that about the Meteor 650, because here we have the Meteor 350. They are on their way, right? They're not going to be here probably this year though. Basically, it was what they do is every year there's the biggest motorcycle show in the world is in Italy, and it's called the EICMA show, and so everybody goes and does their big release there. So Royal Enfield has been releasing new motorcycles pretty much every half a year. So they basically, right at this point right now, it is in production, and it's supposed to be out in India and the UK. So they're two target markets, or two main markets. They're going to be out probably midsummer. So what that normally means for us for North America, they say mid-late summer. If it's here by the fall, we'll do a party, right? We'll have a party and we can take pre-orders, but we don't even know what the price is on them yet. But it is going to be an awesome motorcycle because they're taking the 650 engine platform, which, by the way, this 650, we've been selling these for how long, Haley? Since 2019. Mm-hmm. And we have had on the motor, now on little things like gauges and other things like that, we've had warranty claims. We have only had one warranty claim on a motor.
Yeah, like that's a huge deal.
And again, we didn't sell 10 of these, right? Like I said, we're selling as many of these as we're selling Harleys now. So that's why it's just kind of, hey, it's pure motorcycling. It's getting back out there and seeing it. So again, a really, really, really unbelievable motor. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had some warranty claims on the Himalayans. We've had some people who just didn't like the way they rode in -20 weather, so we had to do some things on that. But at the end of the day, you know what, we're really happy with this lineup. And like I said, it's what we got going forward, plus the Harleys we're always going to do, plus the Zeros we're always going to do, plus any quality used motorcycle that's a cruiser we're going to do. There's some motorcycles we stay away from, and not for any other reason except for just the expense and the diagnostic equipment you need to run a BMW, a Ducati, a KTM, all that kind of stuff. They're just all very proprietary, those bikes. So, but nice thing about these ones, this is pure motorcycling at its finest. The bike you buy in India is the bike you buy in California. So it's not like Honda has different EPA regulations for bikes. So they'll have like 9 different motorcycles in the same model for different parts of the world because of the different emissions. These things here are produced on a huge scale and unbelievable quality control. There was a video I had sent to me from Alex, which was on a Fortnite video, and these things came out after your first service interval. The oil came out cleaner than all other brands. So I think the only one that beat it was. But yeah, they were beating all the Japanese companies and everything. So really, really well engineered motorcycle. A little history on the motorcycle is they've been around since 1901. They have run consecutively since 1901. So these motorcycles they know what they're doing, but the biggest thing that happened to them is they bought Harris Performance. So Harris Performance in, I want to say 2015, that's when they started developing these motorcycles. So everything now is a Harris Performance design bike. I won't go into what Harris Performance is, but if anybody wants to do a little research on Harris Performance, they're the ones who are basically designed pretty much anything quality in racing in the European motorcycle. So anyway, there's my little brief synopsis on Royal Enfield. So maybe brief, maybe not. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't. And also, let's not forget that this week, because of the motorcycle show, we're going to run this to the end of February. All our parts and accessories and clothing, everything in stock, tires are all 20% off. All right, so anything. So for our very loyal Royal Enfield clientele, and even, you know what, hey, you bought one elsewhere, that's okay too. We'll still service you here as well. Because like I said, the one difference between us and other Royal Enfield dealers is we're the only Royal Enfield dealer that is a full motorcycle shop, right? Like at this point, there's going to be more. Like I know that Royal Enfield Toronto's working on getting the service department up and running and all that kind of stuff. But at this point, we've been servicing these motorcycles. I think we're the longest running in Ontario right now. But again, all factory trained techs and stuff like that. So anyway, yada, yada, yada. Enough of the used car sales pitch. Get me sitting down. Any questions? Any questions?
Great info, Tim says.
Thanks, Tim. So anyway, as you can see, I got my new Royal Enfield hat on. So this week's giveaway is going to be a Royal Enfield hat. All right, and we've got all these different styles. And I was going to model them all and say, hey, which one do you like the best? But I think I like the best one.
They're all really cool, yeah.
Like, they're really nice hats. It took us a while to get these. There's, hey, the hats are coming.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That's a nice hat
Mustard yellow.
Mustard yellow, and it's got that funky new flat hat peak and stuff like that that the kids love so much. We have more styles than this. I just wanted to show some stuff. But like, subscribe, join our newsletter. Any of those things that you do will get entered into this week's draw. So basically, like it, subscribe to us. Oh, and share our page too. I want to grow this a little quicker. Because there's a lot of people out there that we still hear walk through the door and they'll say, geez, you know, I never even heard about this place. How do you not hear about this place? So, like I said, help us out. Help us out and share our page, share this video. Because the more people who come and support us, the more stuff we can do to go and support you. So, let's not forget also, Legend Suspension is, what's that, next month? Or is it Performance next month?
Performance to this month.
Performance this month, Legend next month.
Yes.
Okay. So those are, but you know what? Hey, Legend Suspension are Performance too. So, but yeah, and like I said, we got to do that tire draw too still, don't we, for the January people?
Yep.
So let's do that. Let's do that. We'll do a separate video for that. Yeah.
Sure.
We don't have to do that here every morning. So, but yeah, like I said, guys, help us out. Donate to the Polar Plunge. You get to see a picture of, you know, look at us all sitting there. There's dad bods of the world unite, except for Kenny. Look at that little. He's awesome. He's in great shape.
Chels.
And Chels.
No,
yeah.
Chels doesn't have a dad bod.
Chels doesn't have a dad bod. But check out me and Zach and Palmer and Trev. It's like, yep, we're doing it for the dad bods. I think that's what I'm going to rename my band. It'd be awesome. So thank you again, everybody. We're gonna, like I said, follow us, follow Haley, the whole bit. She's going to be at Mama Tried. Like I said, she's going to the Motherland of Motorcycles, Milwaukee. That's where, are you doing the museum while you're there?
I might.
Have you ever been?
No.
Yeah, so Haley's going to go to the museum, and she's going to take some really awesome pictures while she's there. Also, maybe you could even stop by Royal Enfield headquarters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Royal Enfield headquarters.
Where's that?
It's in Milwaukee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So I am now Haley's trip advisor.
Yep.
Yeah. So
can plan my itinerary for sure.
Yeah, that's right. So those are some cool things happening, and yeah. So we'll see everybody next week at the motorcycle show. It's downtown Toronto. It's the latest and greatest. They've got some really cool stuff.
A couple of my friends, if you guys like choppers, I know some of you do.
They've got the
They'll
Clutch
be there.
Society is going to be going on. They got an adventure bike section. They've got a. They did do some other things I was going to mention. but it's going to be a good show. So
There will be coffee there. We know
yeah,
that.
there will be coffee. There will be coffee with Classy there on Saturday morning. I'm going to probably try to talk Johnny, our Zero rep, into doing my. So next week we're going to talk about the Polar Plunge again. We're going to be shaking the bushes and get you guys to donate there. So, and then get Johnny, our Zero rep. We'll do a little synopsis on Zero motorcycles and everybody. We had the funniest comment on our thing. A guy says, you know, geez, for the price of an SR, you could buy a really nice Ducati or a really nice Aprilia, and it's not from China. And I thought, does he know that all those bikes are actually? Never mind. But the funny thing is, yeah, like the Zeros are actually crafted in California is sort of their line. And yes, they cost this. Yes, you can buy a Ducati and a Aprilia. You can also buy a Mercedes for the same price as a BMW. You can get a Tesla, you know, for the same. So it's just one of those comments. It's like, yeah, it's a high-end motorcycle.
Plus, they speak for themselves. Yeah, like
absolutely,
the support that we get as dealers and parts people and service is unprecedented.
So it's like, yes, you know what? They are not they're not an entry-level motorcycle. Zeros are a high-end electric motorcycle. So, and again, it's not like they're for everybody. And I'm not sitting here telling everybody. I'm not that guy who's going to say it's the future. It's a future market segment is where it is, and we've been selling them for, well, we're coming on 5, 6, 8 years now. And like I said, we see the growth in that, and it's not, like I said, it's not going to take over combustion engine motorcycles in my lifetime. I know that, but you know what? If you've ever ridden electric, there's something to that.
That's one of my favorite things about actually having Zero here is some of the biggest hell yeah brothers that come in. They never want to ride electric. It's like sacrilege. Eventually, I can convince them to go try it, or we all kind of convince them, and then they come back, their hair's messy.
Exactly.
It's like they had the best night of their life.
That's right.
I'm serious. It's my favorite.
Walk to the shave and they say, damn, I really
they're
didn't want to like
bow-legged.
That was incredible. But yeah, no, and that's another thing I want to bring up when you do bring, because we do have a pretty good reach here for our service department. Like there are people who will drive past 8, 9 dealerships to come get their bike serviced here because of our hometown, you know, family-run dealerships feel, right? So, you know, anytime you're going to get your bike serviced here, you bring in, get your bike serviced. We'll have a full line of Royal Enfields to demo and a full line of Zero motorcycles to demo. So, you can grab yourself some Greek food, and then, you know what, if you're getting a major service done or something like that, it's taking a little while. Well, why don't you take a Royal Enfield or a Zero for a rip around the Kawartha Lakes, you know? Like I said, we were making a joke about this at the bike show. We're in a seasonal business, and of course, we moved to cottage country, so we're even more seasonal here. So, but like I said, we love the support, and we love the fact that we love our customers. Like I said, the reason we do this is because we love motorcycles. And you know, I had a friend of mine do the video the other day and telling us why he was in real estate, and he had some great reasons. And it's like why we're in motorcycles is because we love to ride motorcycles, and that's it. Haley loves to build motorcycles, you know, things like that. Our techs love working on motorcycles. So, you know, it's a family affair here, and thanks for being part of the family. So I will stop rambling now, and thank you everybody for watching, and thank you Haley and Zach for doing such a great job while I'm gone. Maybe I'll go to Daytona Bike Week because you guys did such a good job.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be fun? I'll do a video down there.
It'd be like a vacation for you and us if you went.
It is.
Can I just do a quick recap?
Yeah.
Just do a quick one. Polar Plunge, you can donate. Mike put the thing there. Then we have the sales on Royal Enfield stuff. We have a giveaway for the hats. Another video is going to come out. Don't forget the calendar. Quick recap.
We're going to do a separate video before Haley goes to Mama Tried. We're going to send her off properly, and we'll do that for the tires for the people who for the gift card. So for the gift card for the tires. So anyway, like it, subscribe it. Share our page too. Like I said, help us grow our page, and that just means more fun. We're in works right now for our May barbecue. Just signed up another barbecue joint, and we're waiting to hear. We're going to do a big announcement because we got some really cool vendors coming. So anyway, hi Stevie, hi Leia, bye everybody else.